All right, we're gonna talk about how to change the transmission fluid on this 2003 F150. It's a two-wheel drive. I think it's a 4R70W or something like that.
Yeah.
But first time I did it, I just pulled the pan off, and it made a hell of a mess because there's no drain plug. So this time I'm gonna try using this pump that I have for my boat to suck out a bunch of fluid and then drop the pan. See if that saves from making us a mess. So here we go. All right, so we're gonna pull the transmission dipstick out and then run this down there, pump that up, and it'll suck the tranny fluid out. Hopefully we can get enough where the pan won't spill everywhere. So I'll get that arranged, we'll get it going. All right, you can see I got it in there pretty deep, about as deep as it'll go. I'm gonna start pumping this up. My hose was too short, so I might have to brace it up here on the bumper and lean on it. There it comes. I use this tool for everything now that I got it. Last time I did the filter, and I wouldn't call it a complete fluid change. It's like 6 or 7 quarts. I think these hold like 13 or 14 quarts. But anyway, last time I did this about 60,000 miles ago. It had 150 on it. That was the first time it had ever been done. I bought it with 150 on it, and it was kind of shifting hard out of overdrive, so I did the fluid change and the filter, and it's been shifting great. Then here recently it started acting funny again. It's got 221,000 on it now. So I'm gonna do it again. Just freshen it up. It hadn't been slipping or anything, just shifting funny. Alright, we got a little over 3 quarts out. And I'm gonna lay down a little plastic deal for when this makes a hellacious mess. Maybe it don't get all over my concrete. So get that going, then we'll get under there and I'll show you the transmission pan and the bolts. Alright, there's the tranny pan. Metric, it says. I think there's 13 or 14 10mm bolts. I'm gonna take the side ones out first and then loosen the fronts, but leave them in there, and then take the back ones out and let this thing tilt. And if there's any oil in there, I'm going to attempt to spill it in the drain pan here. But if that don't work, I got this old leather or WeatherTech mat down. So here we go. I've got an impact, so I'm gonna start busting them loose, and then I'll tune back in when we're ready to pop it down and see what happens. I can already tell this is way better because I didn't spill fluid everywhere when it got a gap there. Oh shit, I'm about to pop. God damn it. Okay, good thing I had that WeatherTech mat down. I'm gonna shut this off so I can scoot this drain pan under there and finish draining it here. So hang tight. This was about 100,000 times better than the last time I did it. Even with it falling, I didn't hardly spill any. The pan was essentially empty. Earlier I mentioned that I changed it at 150, and I said it was the first time it had ever been done. The only reason I know that is there was a white plug sitting in the pan that is there from the factory. So apparently when they built these things, there was a white plug in the dipstick hole of these transmissions, and when they installed it in the truck, they installed the dipstick tube, and that pushes that white plug down into the pan. So if you find that little treasure, you know it's the first time it's ever been serviced. So that's how I knew it was the first time it had ever been done at 155. So now we'll just that's the filter right there. So we'll pluck that off, put the new one on, clean the pan out. It says right on the pan that the gasket is reusable. I put a new one on here last time, about a year ago. So no new gasket's going to be needed. It's a nice rubber one. So yeah, I'll pop that filter out, put the new one on, and be right back. Alright, so to get this filter off, it's just there's a little red seal. It kind of just shoves up in there. No bolts or anything. When you pull that out, make sure that comes with it, doesn't stay up in the hole, obviously. And then you just shove the new one in there. So there's the pan. That's all the fluid that was in there. It's got this magnet. Pull it off, clean it up. Okay. A little bit of clutch material, but that's normal. I don't treat this truck nice. So anyway, get that wiped down, cleaned up, clean all the sand off the gasket area, and that's ready to shove back up in there. All right, clean, good as new. So, pretty self-explanatory. I put the filter back on, just shove it in there. You can feel it kind of clunk in place, and then put your bolts back in. I don't know the torque spec, but you know, maybe use a 3/8 ratchet and just put it on there good and tight. Don't put all your might into it, but you know what a good tight bolt is. Alright, so I'm going to do all that. I probably won't, really nothing to film there, and then we'll put some oil in it and check it. Alright, time to add fluid. I run all Motorcraft fluids. Except for oil, I just use crappy diesel oil from work. But anyway, this for transmissions, definitely. I'm going to do 3.5 quarts. Start it, run it through the gears, let it warm up, put it in park, go through the gears a couple times, whatever. Make sure it's good and warm, and then check the fluid.